Good morning. I can see that actually now I've changed direction. There is sun on the screen, which isn't so helpful, but it should get better. There we go. As we do our drive towards Totton. So it is Thursday, the 26th of March, which is a date that I've had in my head for 9 months. Because it is effectively the last session of Wiggles and Giggles at Totton Creative Hub in the first round of funding. So we have officially delivered 36 sessions, which is amazing. I wasn't really sure, I think I said before, I wasn't really sure that we'd even make 5. I don't know, we were sort of trying it and seeing if it worked, and for some reason, I'm sure through the hard work of the team at Totton Creative Hub, as well as obviously the hard work that I put into it and into the sessions, but also the kind of, I suppose it's just luck, isn't it, how planets align, because I think there is stuff in the local area, but maybe it's not as like highly concentrated as the stuff in Dorset. So so in that sort of more rural location, people were willing to travel to it from further afield, and I think it's sort of become like one of the better provisions in the area, whereas maybe in Dorset there's more franchises to compete with and things, I don't know, but for whatever reason it has been an absolute success at Totton Creative Hub, and I know that could change on a dime, so we'll keep on putting in as much effort as we are, but we made it through 36 sessions, so we've got funding for another year, which I think I mentioned before. I haven't sort of publicly announced that to the group yet, just because it's not my place to do so really, because it isn't the funding, it isn't Wakey Wakey Arts funding, it's Fluid Motion Theatre Company funding that they're choosing to sort of continue the commission for Wakey Wakey Arts with, which is amazing. So yeah, so today is kind of a celebration because it's probably the most out of the comfort zone I'm willing to push the group, and also myself, because we'll be doing chia seed, which I thought I was calling chia seed, but apparently it's chia seed, as told to me by the beardy gardener who heads up Fluid Motion Theatre Company. He knows his seeds, I suppose. So yeah, it's going to be a real hot mess today. I think gloopy, and I couldn't quite get the consistency right of the chia seed. So it's supposed to be literally water, seeds and food colouring, and then overnight it soaks it up. But I don't know if it's because my chia seeds are out of date for eating, that they haven't, like, they're so black still that they haven't, like, they are different colour but they just look very black, so like all the colours are really greyed, which is a shame. So I've just put in some more water, which then means there's more food colouring, which means there's now, like, if it separates, like a puddle of food colouring water which will stay enclosed. So then I put in more seeds. So I haven't usually had this problem of like trying to get consistencies right and things. I actually followed a recipe, and yeah, I've had the problem today, but hopefully the texture and the temperature, because it's quite cold, will still be really interesting. We've got scoops, and I forgot my sieve. Did I forget my sieve? Yeah, I can't actually remember what I packed. So I basically did this on Tuesday after delivering at Barrington Centre, and most of it was packed in the garage. And then I had, because we've got to deliver the Parenthood later, which in theory is the last session, but I'm going to try and stretch for another session because I just don't think we've like researched the audience enough, or like given as much of a development space for it. So I'm going to get another session out of funding because we underspent on snacks, which I hope is okay. I haven't actually told anybody that yet, but yeah, because there was that to plan for as well. And work has been crazy, so like every night I'm like catching my tail for the next day, if that makes sense, like just by the seat of my pants achieving all of this, which is great, and I love doing Wiggles and Giggles stuff. So I sort of had some chia seed prep to do this morning, and I needed to prep a parachute for the Parenthood because I just bought like a baby parachute, and I want to attach some ribbons to it to have a kind of ribbony, oh, what's that for? Oh, it's the rain stick. Oh, I was like thinking that was chia seed I could hear pouring out of somewhere, but it's not, it's a rain stick in the back. yeah, so I had a bit of prep to do this morning, and then I wanted to leave earlier because not only are we doing the seeds at Wiggles and Giggles, at the kind of suggestion of one of the parents who did this for their husband's birthday a couple of weeks ago, I've bought some streamers, and they said to like they usually decorate it across the space and create like rope, strips of streamer across the space, which looks beautiful when you walk into it. But I think the first child will have a field day doing it, and then no one else will see it. So I'm thinking of attaching it to the ceiling if they let me, and if they've got a step stool that gets me up to the ceiling. So I've tried to leave a little bit earlier, but I'm not sure if it's going to be early enough. I don't know. I'm yet to eat my breakfast in the car. This is usually the way it goes. I've already drunk my coffee, and I'm not a massive coffee drinker, like a stereotypical coffee drinker. I like to think I'm not anyway, because I don't like to rely on caffeine. But I just have my like nice latte, one a day type thing, as a little treat, I suppose. But yeah, I've probably drinking it too. Like I've prepped in more cups lately. Yeah, it's just been really busy. Not that warrants more coffee, but I think you feel sorry for yourself a little bit, don't you? So you tend to do the things that you're like, oh, I'll just spend some more money. Oh, a bit of traffic. Hopefully not too much traffic. Yeah, so that's Wiggles and Giggles. So I'm excited about that today. I don't know if anybody else gets how like monumental this session 36 thing is, but to me it's like, whoa, I've driven to Totton 36 times and back again, set up, delivered a session, pat down, and then for 5 of those weeks after today we'll have done the parenthood as well. It's big. It feels like a big achievement, and to have got more funding for it is brilliant. Yeah, so they went ahead again in the Barrington Centre this week. We had 2 families, both returners, which is good. So I'm just hoping it starts to build. I really need to create a flyer and just print loads, because I noticed in Tesco's that the leaflet's gone from the wall, and it's not anywhere obvious at the Barrington Centre, and we're not on their like Facebook page particularly. I want to be able to like post on there, but I just need to like actually spend time doing it, and I want to make a new poster for the swing sign and things like that, but it's just been sort of taken over by other projects and things, and it's the end of financial year, so at the end of today when I go home I'm hoping to have time to send off or finish off my invoices. So one for the organisation I work for, one for Wakey Arts from me personally as a freelancer to cover delivery at the Barrington Centre, Totton Creative Hub Parenthood Group, marketing time, and any resources that I've spent money on. I mean, lately my new business card, which I know I set up the bank and got the signatory on it and it all got processed, for some reason, maybe because I haven't used the card to actually buy at Chip and Pin yet, it lets me pay for like parking in Totton, which is £2.99, but if I try and buy something on Amazon, and it has an approval request that goes to the app, it just doesn't show on the app. So I've had to make loads of big purchases, like insurance, which is £250 renewal, on my own card, which is fine because I would have done that previously and as a sole trader, but it's obviously not good to be like claiming £250 back on an invoice, plus all the resources that I shell out for on Amazon and things. So yeah, it's really weird how that's become an issue now. And then I tried to use it at Chip and Pin the other day to see if it helped authorize it, but for some reason it didn't work, and I didn't want it to get locked, although it's not working anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter, but I don't have to go to a branch. So yeah, that's a bit annoying because it's not quite as like seamless as I want it to be by now, and I also need to finish the contract to myself. I had a good board meeting last week, and some things came out of that. I might have spoken about it, so maybe I didn't, maybe I was just speaking to my husband, and talked about we talked about optics and like what the organisation looks like, and whether we look like we're just doing earlier stuff and not like the adverse childhood experiences stuff, which obviously is like the crux of what and why we do Wakey Arts. So really keen to kind of follow up on those notes and make some actions towards like solving some of those questions or answering some of those questions. So yeah, that was really good, but that was over a week ago, so I need to do something about that. Yeah, and there's a couple of like volunteer, like young mentor or young mentee opportunities that I need, like people that I need to follow up on, that I don't think I've just dropped them. Charlie's Arts Award certificate's come through, so that's really exciting, so I can give that to her at some point soon. And yeah, so today when I get back, I need to do the invoices, which is like a freelance job, and then I need to turn these films, like the last 3 or 4 films that I've recorded, into YouTube uploads, like ready for sharing on a weekly basis, because I've run out of pre-scheduled ones on YouTube. And what else did I say? I think it was the flyer design, but I know I'm not going to get around to that. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Yeah, maybe there was something else, I don't know. But I quite like doing wakey art stuff. I've got to type up all these lesson plans as well. And I'm starting to think that I might actually just get them printed as a book. Maybe that you can take, or maybe even just put them in plastic wallets in a folder, I don't know. Just that you can take them out and deliver them back in again, and they're all there ready to go. Poole Museum delivery is continuing. We're still in the 8-week trial. I think session 5 is this week, which is technically a pancake day session, but it won't be so pancake day-y. Unfortunately, there was only one person last week because it was so sunny and it was a Friday, which was lovely. But I felt like we were kind of inhibited by the rain to begin with in our trial, and then it was really sunny, so I was like, oh great, they'll come, because it's on Poole Quayfront, so so it's quite, you get battered by rain and wind in that space, and you've got to walk from the car park and things. But then it was really sunny and no one came, so it was like, this is probably a problem. Like, I don't know, we need to evaluate this somehow, or at least make some decisions going forward about what the session should be if they want to refund us. But I'm not sure the money, the kind of numbers they've had warrant more funding. I don't know. So I need to really speak with them, but we're very disconnected, and it's slightly disconnected with the museum. I think they kind of got us set up and running, and then we haven't had much sort of touch points. So I need to follow up on some emails to them. So yeah. But as I say, it's all nice stuff. Like the project that I'm working on for the other organisation is kind of at a more positive place, because it got quite political. But I think we've kind of moved forward on it. I've batted some of the actions back, although I need to get an agreement signed, which I need to go back on today. And that's like more sort of like, whereas the wakey art stuff is just like purely passion led. Like I just enjoy all aspects of it, all the admin and everything, because it's all pushing towards, like, it's my own thing, so it pushes towards, like, everything is achieving the goals that I want to achieve. So even like renewing the insurance, I find it really exciting, because it's like, well, it's great to have something that needs insurance, isn't it? Like, it's proof that you're doing something that is worthy of insurance or needs that. So yeah, it's nice to have some space on a nice sunny day to feel excited about the wakey art stuff and to get some of that stuff done. I just need to get back from Totton Creative Hub early enough to do some of those things. But yeah, anyway, I shall now eat my breakfast, and we'll crack on with my journey and get sticking up streamers and blowing up balloons as well. And I haven't got an assistant today because she's away, so yeah, it feels a little bit ambitious. I've also got a new song, sorry, I will go in a minute, but I've got a new song called Boom Chicka Boom, which people might have heard of before, but it's a call and response song. So like the leader goes like boom chicka boom, and then the people say back, boom chicka boom, I said a boom chicka boom, boom chicka boom, I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom, and it goes on, and then it's like whisper voice, and then you whisper it, and then giant voice, and then you shout it, and which is cool. But I'm a bit like, oh, I've got to be pretty on it to lead the words in the way that you're supposed to lead it. I don't know the song that well, so I'm like, do I do it today or not? Am I feeling brave? And And also, will they look at me like I'm crazy? Like sometimes I do things and they look at this like this isn't working. But last week, I don't know if I recorded, I don't know, but we had a lovely session and ended with a Easter book. Well, it was 5 Little Chicks. Went out one day, but I just by habit, because it's my children's book, I sang it, and then everyone joined in, and then it was like we were counting the chicks underneath the flaps, and they were like all the adults were just really into it. So I found it really, like we all found it really funny. So I'm trying to sort of go along that lines, but if they look at me like, what is this Boom Chicka Boom song, then it's going to fall flat and I'm just going to look like I'm trying to, I don't know, a bit cringy. So yeah, we shall see. But anyway, I shall now go and let you go. Thank you for listening as always, and hope to catch you soon. All right, bye.